Hello, it's me, Wade the Wizard, and welcome to WIZARDOLOGY! I'm so glad you can make it today. We have one live viewer. How about that? Look at that. So glad you could join me today. Today's topic of the show. Let's see here. Whoa, there's a lot of light there. Whoop, beep, boop. Decree. A decree is a sort of declaration, an official declaration of, what you represent, what you want to do in life. And today we're going to be talking about the Wizardology decree, which states that we are the wizards of Wizardology. We believe in no gods except for you and me. Sorry, did you hear that? What was that? Maybe it sounded like it was coming from the Wizardtron 3000. There it is again. Hold on a second. Let me see what's in here. All sorts of stuff. Here we go. Now I can finally breathe. I've been stuffed up in there for far too long. Oh my goodness! Look at that, everybody. Who might you be? I'm Hubert. I'm the tiny old man who lives in this here bag, the Wizardtron 3000. Wow, well, isn't that something? Well, I heard you reading the Wizardology decree like it was some kind of namby-pamby poem. Like you're some kind of Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, well, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be. It's a red jam, bro. Didn't you know? Don't you know the Wizardology decree? Now, what I want you to do is use the selector modulator button here on the Wizardtron 3000. Make sure your files are synced and play it on the computer. All right. Let's see if I can use the selector mode. Go here, sync the files. Oh, here we go. Wait a second. Let's try this. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are the wizards of Wizardology. We believe in no gods except for you and me. We understand science, fundamental like ABC. We evolve every day to be best we can be. We are the wizards of Wizardology. We come into existence with love and ability. We treasure the mind, heart, and body to be healthy. We evolve every day to be best we can be. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Who's that? There we are. Here we are. Welcome back. The Wizardology decree. What a radical jam that was. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a little song that I wrote and composed myself. But with that, it's time to start the show. So here we go.
Come on, wizards. Time for Wizardology. Whoa! Yeah. Come on, let's go. Woohoo! Wizardology. Come on, Nitro. Let's go. Woo!
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I almost forgot to mention my new hat. Look at how cool this is. I used white yarn, crocheted the hat, and then I added tie-dye. I tie-dyed it, and and then added these little stripes. If you would like this hat, would you like this hat? I bet you would. Radical, silly little wizard hat. If you would like this hat, stay tuned to watch out. Well, we'll see. I want to, if you want this hat, you can be my special guest. We'll invite someone on the show in just a bit. But today we're talking about the Wizardology decree. Have you ever been working on some kind of creative project, something that you had in your mind, and maybe like you were working on some cool bag or a song for your religion that you made up, but as you're working on this project, it starts to change into something different than what you initially envisioned. Maybe it's turned out a little disappointing, and that's okay. You just got to try your best, but sometimes it changes and becomes something even better. And Wizardology has started to blossom into that, and I'm really excited to share some of my ideas with you today. Wizardology. Let's see, what are we going to talk about? Oh, excuse me, I gotta get to the right spot. Now, one of the things that I want to do with Wizardology, if I have ever influenced you in a positive way or inspired you to live your best life, I'd really appreciate if you gave me one of these. Boop, little thumbs up, or a comment, or of course a subscription. That lets me know that I've had a positive impact in your life, and it makes me happy, because that's what I want to do in life. But with that, it is time for Phoebe. Phoebe, oh Phoebe, the magical potion pheasant. Bring me a drink and make it oh so pleasant. Let's see what Phoebe has for us today. Well. This is one of my favorite glasses. Look at all these cool trees on there. Deciduous and coniferous trees. I just love trees. Whoa! That is some whiskey, which I can't remember the name of it. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll get back to you on that. So I hope you've given yourself a sacrament. Man, if I can just take a moment to slow down a little bit, I'm pretty excited. I got a lot of new ideas going on. We're changing the hymn to be before the show even begins, because I want you to hear the whole song, not just a sample, and I want you to get your good headphones in, really crank up that jam, because I feel like a song can really help you get in the right mood, help you change your attitude. And I listened to the song before the show, and I feel all pumped up and excited. So, Mark Twain said, "Never argue with stupid people, because they will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience." I've been thinking about this and how it applies to other things in life, like hate and love, or negativity, positivity, the good and the bad. So you can think of that same quote and say, never argue with somebody who has more hate in their heart, because they'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. You can't fight hate with hate. I'm learning more about the power of persuasion and how to convince other people that what they're doing is harmful, and part of that is not bullying or name calling or being hateful. You can't fight hate with hate. And so, I was actually led me to, here we are, everything's good. We got 2 viewers, woohoo! I'm excited about that. Welcome to the show. Oh my goodness, thank you. Love the glass. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you, I made a graph. I was thinking about content on YouTube here in this whole universe. And I made a little chart. Here we are. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is a... I didn't really test this. So maybe I'm just going to talk behind it. This is a bimodal normal distribution graph. Here on the x-axis, we have negative content and we have positive content. And over here on the y-axis is the amount of content. As you can see, a lot of YouTube... Why can't I... Here we go. A lot of YouTube is some negative content. Whether it's debates or, oh man, I'm going to dunk on this guy. I'm going to debunk their bullshit pseudoscience. I've also seen all the talk show hosts. They talk about the important issues in life, but they do so by bullying and being negative and hateful. You can't fight hate with hate. Over here on the positive side, there's not so much, but there's also videos that just wholesome, good content, like Mark Rober builds some cool stuff. Colin Furze, one of my favorites. It's positive content, but they don't really talk about some of the difficult issues in life. And you know what? Whoops. There was one content creator that came to mind who he noticed that a lot of the content, all the entertainment was either violent, hateful kind of material or just silly slapstick, and they wouldn't talk about the important issues in a positive way. Right here in the middle. You know who that guy is? Fred Rogers. And of course you're familiar with him because Fred Rogers had a great show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and he talked about the difficult things in life with a positive light. They talked about death, and they talked about bigotry and learning to love yourself. He says, I love you just the way you are. It's not your hair, it's not your cool clothes, but I love you for you. And I love you too. I hope you know that. I want to help you live your best life and reach your fullest potential. Let's see, pie chart, we did that. Yeah, Fred Rogers. One other thing, let me hop back to this. So, WIZARDOLOGY, I want to live somewhere right about here. There's not many people doing difficult content that's in a positive light. But here's the thing is, the YouTube algorithm favors negativity, hate, shit like that, or just feel good positive stuff. But it does not promote, the algorithm does not promote that one little niche. And so I'm really hoping that if you enjoy this content that you help share it, you give a like or comment, even just a view is greatly appreciated. So today we're talking about the WIZARDOLOGY decree. We listened to that radical song I made. Now, I kind of have a spacey brain, and sometimes I just gotta chase a thought, but I don't know that was very interesting. I was thinking about Fred Rogers. There's just a really amazing guy, and some of the other things that he taught me, or that I've learned from him, is in our day and age, we're bombarded with entertainment. We're scrolling on our phone, and it's these short clips, and we're getting bombarded with information and all sorts of stuff like that. But what Fred Rogers enjoyed is learning to be quiet. Because in those quiet moments, you can reflect, you can meditate, and we don't need to be so busy, hustle bustle, constantly entertained all the time. And Yeah, I think that's something that I want to emulate with Wizardology. I don't need to be editing it out where it's nice and short and sweet and blast you with information. We can pause and meditate sometimes, and I think that's really great. So, the Wizardology decree. I've just been really excited about Wizardology because as I've been developing it, I haven't had much of that vision, but now I'm trying to refine that and make it a little better. So I want to start out with, hold on. The Wizardology summary. So I made two things since my last Wizardology, and that's the Wizardology decree, which you heard, and also the Wizardology summary. And I didn't make a slide for this, but I'll just read it to you, and let me know what you think. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe let me... The Wizardology summary is just generally what we're about. Wizardology is an atheist religion in opposition to nonsensical and often harmful faith-based religions. We emulate the good bits of religion and condemn the manipulative, authoritarian, cult-like practices of dogmatic faiths. Wizardology has zero faith-based beliefs, making it the truest religion in the history of humanity. Wizards believe in no gods, but we do believe in ourselves. I believe in you. We understand science, and we find value in applying the principles of iterative progress to our daily lives. Wizardology is a lifestyle in which wizards focus on balancing their overall health of their minds, bodies, and heart in order to live our best lives possible. We believe all wizards come into existence exactly as they ought to be and have equal intrinsic value. Any judgments of wizards are based only on the content of their character. Wizards understand the importance of self-reflection and don't compare themselves to others. Wizardology only has one commandment: be good! Be good! So, yes, we define morality as increasing the overall well-being of a sentient creature by means of informed consent. Immorality is to cause harm to a sentient creature or oppose their informed consent. And then to be good is to avoid immoral actions while also striving to be moral. Wizardology is a socialist democratic religion. We listen to your opinions. You, yes, you. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Or even send me an email if you want it to be anonymous. So yeah, we're a socialist democratic religion that evolves and changes all the time. And we update our religion accordingly. Church services are every second Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on The Wizard Show. And yeah. That's generally what Wizardology is about. I want to, Give me a second. Present. I thought I was all prepared. Haha. Okay, slides. Give me just a second. No. This shouldn't be too hard. I just got to navigate the file system. Continue. Access. Yes. Confirm. Where is it? Topics? No. Wiz decree. The Wizardology decree. Where is it? Boop. That's not it. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's because it's... There we go. Wizardology decree. So I want to go through some of these slides and kind of talk about the Wizardology decree, the song, and how it fits into this, the coolest religion ever. Can I just, hold on, let me, pal. Nope, here we are. We are the wizards of Wizardology. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. But okay, so yeah, I want to just go line by line, and I have some other things to add into this. But we believe in no gods except for you and me. I was thinking about when somebody believes in a god. What do? They spend their time, energy, money. I'm gonna take this off. It's kind of hot down here, if you don't mind. When someone believes in a god, they dedicate a lot of their time and energy into this god. And so when you are your own god, essentially, when you believe in yourself, then you can spend that time and energy on yourself, and you can, instead of praying to a god that doesn't exist. Listen, I've honestly had some great spiritual experiences when I was Mormon, and I was praying, and I believed with all my heart that God was listening to me, and God knew, He knew me better than I knew myself. But this whole time, it was just myself meditating. And yeah, you got to believe in yourself. I'm not sure if I'm really articulating my thoughts as well as I had hoped, but I'm sure glad you joined me today. What else can I say about this? Yeah, atheist religion. Let's go ahead and move on. We understand science fundamental like ABC. I didn't even sing it. Do I need to sing every line? We understand science fundamental like ABC. What does that mean? So, Carl Sagan said that science, this is a quote about Carl Sagan on science. Science works. It's not perfect, but it is by far the best tool we have. Self-correcting, ongoing, applicable to everything. Applicable to everything. We'll talk about that a little more, where we can apply it to our own lives, and with self-improvement to improve ourselves. Science has two rules. First, there are no sacred truths. All assumptions must be critically examined. Arguments from authority are worthless. All right? Don't just take my word for it. If I tell you that WIZARDOLOGY is the greatest religion, you got to do your own science. You got to test it. Second, whatever is inconsistent with the facts must be discarded or revised. We must understand the cosmos, everything, reality. We got to understand it as it is and not confuse it with how we wish it to be. The obvious is sometimes false. The unexpected is sometimes true. Oh, you know what? Also, yeah, so with the, let me jump back. You know, with understanding science being fundamental to everything, like science has done more for humanity than anything in all of our progress, and understanding this iterative correction process can be so helpful to life. I was surprised by this quote. He said, this is another Carl Sagan quote that I found by accident when I was looking for the other one. In science, it often happens that scientists say, you know what, that's really good argument. My position is mistaken, and then would actually change their minds. Have you ever changed your mind? I used to believe that Mormonism was the true religion, but I changed my mind. You never hear that from that old view from them again. Oh, right. Scientists. I cannot recall the last time something like that has happened in politics or religion, with the exception of WIZARDOLOGY, of course. If you leave a comment or send me an email and say, hey, Wade the Wizard, you were wrong about this certain thing, then I will be humble, I will acknowledge it and correct it, move on. Because that's what science is all about. And then, yeah. We evolve every day to be the best we can be. Woo! Talking about every day, if you make small changes, change the variables. You got to science your life. And if something's not working, if you're not happy or you're frustrated with something, change a variable. right? You can't expect to do the same thing and expect different results. You got to change. So we evolve every day to be the best we can be, live our best lives. Woo! We come into existence, or we're born, with love and diversity. It's part of... You know those yard signs that say, like, we believe in science, Black Lives Matter, women's rights are equal right? I kind of based the Wizardology decree off of this, but then I realized, you can basically sum it up into, well, science is the foundation of a lot of argumentative reasoning, and realizing that just because you're born with a different sex or gender or age, sexual orientation, your race, your country of origin, right? We come into this world very diverse. Intrinsically, we have the same value. All right. All those things don't matter, and we love you. It doesn't matter how you were born, Yeah. I might have a thought. We'll circle back, but let's see. What is this? I can't remember. I didn't rehearse very well. We believe all wizards come into existence exactly as they ought to be and have equal intrinsic value. This is from the Wizardology summary. Any judgments of wizards are based only on the content of their character. This is kind of a nod to Martin Luther King, where he said, I hope that my children are judged only on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. But we want to extend that to not just the color of your skin, but your sex and gender and all those things that you're born with, just the way that you are. Wizards understand the importance of self-reflection and don't compare themselves to others. I kind of want to switch to this. I want to be genuine, and I want to be authentic with Wizardology. And this is just me trying to be honest and share my thoughts and feelings. But the last few months, or even years, for a long, long time, I've struggled with depression. Struggled with depression a lot of my life, really. But I've recently had a moment of clarity, and I've really been truly happy. And for me, so this is just what happened to work for me, and maybe you can try and apply it to your life, and it'll help. But the thing that made me happy is I was realizing a lot of the times I compare myself to others, and I'm judging myself. Oh, well, I'm not as attractive or as talented or smart as these other people. But if I compare myself to myself, if I only think about me, or I'm comparing myself to me, and with that in mind, I also think about I was born just the way I was supposed to be. I came into existence with intrinsic value, and I can't be critical of myself because I'm not as smart or talented or as attractive as these other people, and falling in love with myself, or learning to love and accept myself, has been that key to happiness. And I also realized, aside from being born with all these different attributes, being a white, male, gender fluid, bisexual, weirdo wizard guy like me, so much of who I am is everyone's a product of their surroundings, the people they meet, where they're born and raised, and I realized so much about who I am. I have my mother to thank, and I had a great phone call with my mom today, and I really value, the She taught me to be patient and loving, kind, and every moment she used as a teaching moment, whether when she was cooking or cleaning or helping me with my homework. She was always patient, and she would listen to me. She knew that she cared about me, and she was just a great listener. And I love you, Mom. So, right. That's part of... that was a little tangent. So, for me, learning to be happy has been this self-reflection and not comparing myself to others, realizing that I was born the way I was and a product of my surroundings. All right. Yeah, so, let's see. Where were we? We treasure the mind, heart, and body to be healthy. This is kind of the key foundation to Wizardology, is treasuring your intellect, your brain. The heart is the emotion that it's kind of hard to understand with our brain. We have these complex emotions. It's that essence of kind of like your soul, even though we don't believe in a literal ghost or whatever, and your physical body. I wanted to point out, so in typical cults like Mormonism, they look at controlling your behaviors, your emotions, and your thoughts. All right, and they feed it through information. This is called the BIPE model. So a lot of cults have this BIPE model where they try and control. But in Wizardology, your mind, your heart, your body, we emphasize the liberation, the freedom of your thoughts. Your thoughts are your own thoughts. Your emotions are yours. And no one can tell you how to think, how to feel, what to do with your body. As long as you're consenting to it, you got to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen? All right. So, I was thinking about a third verse to Wizardology, the Wizardology decree. And maybe if you have some good ideas, leave them down in the comments below. But let's see. Let me sing this one out. We are the wizards of Wizardology. We oppose a death cult. Everybody here is free. We strive to be good by knowing morality. We evolve every day to be the best we can be. Woo! Now what? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's good where it's at, but Wizardology degree. I made that a video on the Wizard Show on the channel. Let's see. Hold on a second. We only have 2 viewers, but maybe I'm going to presenter invite guests. Copy this. Okay, here we go. This is good. Now, if you want to join the show, I would love to just have a chat with you about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm posting the link to how you would join the show. I should have probably done this earlier. But shit, what can you do? I'll give that a minute to excuse me. I'll give that a minute in the comments. I don't know who else is watching. Shout out to you. We have the great legendary Pog watching, and maybe Sarah. Hi, Sarah, if you're watching. But what Wizardology? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try a few different things. We're gonna have the hymn before the show begins. I want you to listen to the full song with good audio quality and really just get in the mood. And we have a closing hymn, and that's also in the link in the description. Now, this is something I'm pretty excited about, because I've heard this song before many times. Great song. But I haven't seen the music video, and it's this really cool looking animation. I'm gonna get both headphones. Quick shout out. I mean, as far as look, one of the things that bugs me about YouTube content creators is sponsorships, commercials. But Status headphones, look, I'll only ever promote something that I think is a really good product. And Status headphones, they have these earbuds that are great, long battery life, great audio quality, but then they also have the big headphones, and it's a good price. But also, buy refurbished, Rebelow or Back Market. Those are some great resources. And it looks like, unfortunately, we don't have a special guest, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Next second Sunday, I do want to talk about. What did I want to? Let me. Oh my God, my notes. I have notes. What else can we say? Well, here's one thing. If you have something that you want to have us talk about, let me know. Send me an email, add a comment, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But with that, I don't believe in any gods, but I believe in you. I love you, and I hope you can learn to live your best life. Now, I'm going to maybe here. Let's see. What do I do? I'm going to share screen. I'm just going to share a little tiny clip of stress dreams. Hold on. Oh, okay. That's working. That's fine. But hope to see you next month, every second Sunday. Go watch the hymn! Go follow the link right now!